Freddie Mercury, the man who became Queen. In the pantheon of rock legends, there are those who sing, and there are those who become a spectacle. A voice so vivid, a stage presence so electrifying, that even decades after his passing, he still commands sold-out stadiums and hearts around the world. This is the story of Freddie Mercury, born Farrokh Bulsara, an immigrant, an artist, a showman, and a complex soul who changed the face of rock forever. Early life, Zanzibar and childhood. Born Farrokh Bulsara on the 5th of September 1946 in Stone Town, Zanzibar, then a British protectorate, Freddie came from Parsi Indian parents, Bomi and Jer Bulsara. As a child, Freddie was musical. At age 7, he began piano lessons. By 8, he was at a British boarding school in Panchgani, India, where he formed a school band, the Hectics. They played covers of early rock and roll, Elvis, Little Richard, Cliff Richard. Music had found its first spark. Then life changed. In 1964, the Zanzibar Revolution forced Freddie and his family to flee to England. Suddenly, home was no longer where he was born. Home was something he had to build. Arrival in England in formative years. Settling in Middlesex, England, the Bulsara family navigated a new world. Freddie, meanwhile, studied art and design, first at Isleworth Polytechnic, then at Ealing Art College. He wasn't just going to be a singer, he would shape aesthetics. To make ends meet, he sold secondhand clothes, scarves in Kensington Market. He worked odd jobs, once even as a baggage handler at Heathrow. But in the wings of these ordinary jobs, he nursed something extraordinary. Freddie joined a series of bands. Ibex, later Wreckage, Sour Milk Sea. None stuck, but each one taught him something. About stage, about performance, about himself. Formation of Queen and the new identity. In 1970, his path crossed with Brian May and Roger Taylor from the band Smile. Soon they added John Deacon. Smile was becoming Queen. Freddie chose the name, regal, immediate, full of potential. It had multiple facets. He was aware of its associations. But more than anything, it sounded splendid. Freddie legally changed his last name from Bulsara to Mercury. A new man, a new stage. He designed Queen's crest, a phoenix, zodiac signs, symbols of the band members. Visually bold, personal, unforgettable. Rising stardom and classic hits. Queen released their debut album in 1973. The climb was steady. Freddie's songwriting began to shine. Killer Queen gave a taste of what was coming. Suaveness, theatricality, complexity. But then came Bohemian Rhapsody, a daring structure, genre-bending, operatic sections, hard rock, ballad, all in one song. Nobody did that. It redefined what rock could do. Hits kept following. Somebody to Love, We Are the Champions, Don't Stop Me Now, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Freddie was prolific. He wrote many of Queen's most famous songs. He refused to repeat formula. He kept pushing boundaries. The performer, stage, persona, and power Freddie Mercury was not just a voice. He was a performer. On stage, he was raw electricity, commanding, theatrical, larger than life. A mic stand, broken bass and all, became part of his arsenal. He learned early that the stage was not just about singing, it was about connection. The crowd was his partner. He had the ability to carry the largest stadiums. He could make the person in the last row in the furthest stand feel seen. That's rare. That's magic. From Queen's concerts in South America, Morumbi, São Paulo, to Eastern Europe, Budapest, the scale of love was enormous. One performance stands above the rest. Live Aid, July 1985. 20+ minutes that showed rock at its finest. Freddie's energy, the arrangement, the soaring voices of Radio Gaga, We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, immortal. Many say it's the greatest live rock performance ever, and for many fans, that's when Freddie became legend beyond legend. The man behind the show. But who was Freddie when the crowd lights dimmed? The flamboyance, the bold costumes, the spotlight, those were half of him. Off stage, Freddie was shy, vulnerable. Despite fame, he maintained a core circle. Friends, lovers, confidants. One central figure was Mary Austin, long-term partner in the early years. After that romantic relationship ended, they remained deeply connected. Mary would become his home in many ways. Later came Jim Hutton, who stayed with Freddie in his final years. They shared a life of understanding, love, quiet companionship. Jimmy would remain at his side through his darkest days. Freddie loved cats. He adored them. Names like Jerry, Delilah, Oscar, Tiffany. He once dedicated a song to Delilah. For Freddie, they were more than pets, companions. And yes, that alone tells you something about the tenderness inside that sometimes masked himself behind glitter and roar. Illness, privacy, and final years. By the mid-1980s, murmurs circulated, rumors about Freddie's health, changes in appearance. But Freddie was intensely private. He did not want to burden others with his tragedy, his illness, living with HIV/AIDS. He was diagnosed in late April 1987 but kept it largely secret. He didn't announce it to the world until just before his death. During this time, he continued to record, continued to write, continued to create. He worked with what strength he had. Filming for the video, These Are the Days of Our Lives, 1991, caught a frail, thin Freddie, yet there was still the spark in his eyes. It was one of his last public appearances. The last statement in passing on 22nd of November, 1991, Freddie called his longtime manager, giving him the words that would soon go out to the world. The next day, he confirmed publicly what many suspected, that he had been HIV positive and had AIDS. On 24th of November 1991, in his home in Kensington, Freddie Mercury died. He was 45 years old. Cause, bronchial pneumonia, resulting from AIDS. News spread, grief spread. The walls of his home, Garden Lodge in London, became a shrine. Fans left letters, graffiti, flowers. His bandmates, his family, his friends mourned together. A legend died, but the music, the spirit, would not fade. Legacy, more than music. Freddie Mercury is remembered not just for a voice, but for shaping what it means to be an artist. He had a 4-octave vocal range, able to go from gut-wrenching growls to crystalline high notes. His songwriting, diverse in style, daring in form. Queen's catalog continued to sell after his death. Their influence kept growing. Songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Are the Champions are staples. In film, sport, global culture. There are greatest hits albums, documentaries, movies. New generations listen as though he's always there. Freddie's personal openness, his refusal to pretend to be someone else, inspired many. His courage in facing illness, in maintaining dignity, in protecting those he loved. His artistry didn't end when he left the stage. It echoes still. The man who lives on, Freddie Mercury once said, "The show must go on." And it did. Even when his own light was dimming, he wanted creation, music, artistry to carry forward. Let every note he sang, every chord he wrote, every performance he gave be testament that someone born in Zanzibar, raised between worlds, could rise to claim a throne in hearts worldwide. This is not just a story of fame. It is a story of identity, of daring, of music as a bridge between who we are and who we wish to be. It is a story of Freddie Mercury, still beloved, still listened to, still inspiring. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next biography.
We've got more amazing stories waiting for you. Watch the next one now.